Oh my God, look at this. This is just chugging along here. Okay, we can pause for a second here. Halfway into the episode, it's a little quicker than I expected. We build stuff fast here. And okay, good. We got all our construct. And if you're playing the game too and you think this is inefficient, that's incorrect. Um, Sometimes you need. Oh, this is going to be good, I think. Sometimes you got to stop building things and just make money because building structures doesn't make you money. You're going to go off the fiscal cliff. You got to stop spending. So, seeing your construction office stopped is sometimes a good sign. Furthermore, um, you want to inspect the condition of your vehicles, especially older ones, because anything over 40% wear and tear is probably going to not be anything over 40% wear and tear is probably not. Okay, that's 30%. Not good to be on the road anymore. Ooh, dry mouth there, dry mouth. So what you do with those vehicles is you scrap them. Okay, so here's a bit of a tutorial on the scrapyard. Okay, so you'll notice I've put it right beside. Okay, here's our vehicle repair station. I did a lot of repairs between episodes, so we don't have too much stuff to repair right now. But I like to keep the scrapyard, and I did do this in a previous game. I did build a scrapyard, but I built it way too early. So I built the one here with tracks because our train here, and it was a very, very expensive investment. Our train is 42 years old, which you're probably going, how do you have a 42-year-old train in a world that's 18 years old? Okay, it's because I buy a lot of used vehicles. And you'll notice we're connecting to China, and we're going to be getting possibly some trains from there soon. So, as a bit of an idea, rather like you can't really get rid of in realistic mode, you can't really get rid of your vehicles that easily. So the large scrapping facility has tracks. So that's why we went with the large one so that our big investment in our rail, our train, we'll get our money back from the scrap because there's a lot of scrap metal in that train. It might even pay off for a good portion of this facility, just that alone. But one of the ideas of the scrapping facility, and if now I'm going to speak to someone who may not even be playing the game at all. Okay, and I imagine again, I imagine this is my bigger audience, people who are thinking of the game. Maybe they watch an episode now and then just out of the blue, and maybe they wanted to learn about how scrapping works. So they watch the episode that's called "This Show Should Be Scrapped." Hypothetical situation. Um, your vehicles, as you know, have wear and tear to them, right? Like this bus here, this is 18 years old, has 25% wear and tear. Um, Typically, like they'll automatically repair themselves at the repair shop here if it's over 50% wear and tear. But I can send them over and park them and manually repair them whenever. But as the vehicle ages, the wear and tear accelerates. So eventually it becomes so that just driving the vehicle, the wear and tear is going up so fast that the cost of repairing it's not worth it anymore. So what you want to do is park them in the scrap facility. And this works like any other facility where you set an amount of workers. Okay, because I don't have many to scrap right now, I'm just going to, well, I'll put 2 workers right now just for very slow. But as the vehicles arrive and the scrapping's needed, the number of workers, if I get a backlog, I'll increase the workers. But the objective of this is, and there's ways to automate this as well in the game. We have this scrapyard. We have all these tools here. I wouldn't recommend using this just yet because, to be perfectly honest, like this AI probably isn't going to, like, it's risky to use the AI in realistic mode. Maybe if in the easier modes you could get away with it, but if the AI accidentally, like let's say you only have a single train and it's 42 years old and it goes to 40% or 50% wear and tear, and it does that automatically, and you don't have your next train ready and you don't have the money for it, or like, I don't necessarily want to buy the same train. This is a 1930s model train. Okay, so I don't think the automatic replacement tools can do that. And if it could do that, what's the point if I only have one of them? If it's, what's the point of automating a single instance of something? It's unneeded work, right? So I'd recommend just starting off as you spot your vehicles and you see a vehicle that's too old and it's beyond a certain condition, send it over to the scrapyard and out you get. So it goes, it'll, the vehicle will park here. It has its own parking station inside it, and it'll get dismantled. It'll be, once it's moved here, I think once the, like it goes into the parking lot, then it goes into this section here, and it does one at a time, and you get parts of it. You get steel, aluminum, mechanical components, and electrical components, and you get some of this aggregate waste here too. And that aggregate waste is going to go into these bins here, and then it gets made into new steel. So, but I'll also be able to put an open storage facility here, and so the steel that comes out of it will go into the open storage. The scrap metal goes into the scrap metal container, gets processed into steel, and then it goes to the storage. Likewise, there'll be a mirror here. Once I unlock aluminum recycling, same thing. The aluminum scrap will mix with, will get converted to aluminum, and then the aluminum that gets produced out of this. Actually, no, okay, yeah, there is aluminum. So scrap aluminum will become aluminum through aluminum recycling, and then that will get sent to the open storage facility. This will store aluminum and steel. That's what this open storage is for. And it will combine with just the plain aluminum that the scrapping facility gets. So this gives you, it's giving you money. This is letting you get, this is a part of how you create a good economy. People who try to prop up economies and make vehicles last forever, there's a certain point where there is an end of life, right? Although if we design things correctly, we could make it so that vehicles last quite a bit longer than they do. But if there is a certain point where the maintenance is just not worth it, and like just poor design, just bad designs should more quickly be recycled, like scrapped. And this will help your economy too, because now, you know, like we have a bunch of, like just as an example here, these were great trucks when we started off and they helped move a lot of our vehicles, but 62 km/h top speed, that like, that's actually much more, it's not just the wear and tear and the age of the vehicle you have to be concerned with, is the speed of the vehicles. Like once you've got highways that go 110 km/h and you've got 60 km/h vehicles blocking up the lanes, everything in your economy is slowing down. So you want to scrutinize vehicles that are not, you know, that have like low speeds, low capacity. Like let's have a look here at this here. Let's look at our dumpers here. So we started off with these T138 dumpers. They go 70 km/h and they haul 10 tons of gravel. But we've recently purchased this one here. It goes 95 km/h. We'll just put them side by side here. And this new one goes 25 km/h faster, and it hauls 7 extra tons. So this goes high speed down the highways. A little bit more expensive, but again, our vehicle slots are finite too. Like to improve the productivity of our construction office, we need to eventually replace all these vehicles. Unfortunately, they're all in pretty good condition, so I don't think I'm going to be scrapping any just yet. But I think what I am going to do, just for sake of demonstration in this episode, is I think we might have some transit lines here that have some bad condition buses, and I'm going to look for some, and I'm going to scrap one of them because these buses are, some of them are getting pretty old and they're slow. And see, this one's 38%, 18 years. This is a candidate for scrapping. Let's check around here for another one. What do we got here? 21%, 17 years, not as bad. Let's work our way from the top here. Oh, that's a newer bus. But you want to find vehicles and go through it. You don't have to be scrapping everything at once. Okay, this one's 46%, 18 years old. Okay, so this one, I think this one's ready to say goodbye. And obviously you don't want to scrap them. Like, wait till the wear and tear gets bad too, right? Like, if you've recently repaired it, it's not as beneficial. So it's not super old, this vehicle, but for the episode I got to scrap something just for sake of so yeah, let's find this one here. Let's see if we can find it right there. So this one is on LA Transit 6. We'll bring up LA Transit 6 and we'll assign a new bus. So this bus here will join LA Transit 6. Bam. And so now we've got a replacement bus here. And there are ways to automate this, but I don't want to get into it in this episode. So this guy's been recently repaired. It's actually a similar age, but it's in much better condition. But I want to slowly get rid of these because we are getting some segments of road that go faster than 65 kilometers an hour. And that's costing us productivity. This might not be the best candidate for scrapping. Maybe it's a little bit early, but I have quite a few buses, and I want to get, there are so many good new buses now that I can't be keeping these active forever. So I'm going to scrap this one here instead. So we're going to start this one here. We'll launch this one, and this guy here is going to go to the scrap facility and die. And that's how a scrapyard works. That's the cycle of it. That's how you manage your vehicles in Soviet Republic.